Dutch shooting suspect has been arrested.
Here's a summary of the article.
A manhunt is still ongoing in the Netherlands for the suspect in a tram shooting in Utrecht on Monday, the mayor said during a press conference. The shooting, a gunman opened fire inside a tram in the Dutch city of Utrecht around 10:45 am local time today. The victims, at least 3 people have died and 5 are wounded following the shooting, Utrecht police tweeted. Houses in the old centre of Utrecht are seen in January 2012. Houses in the old centre of Utrecht are seen in January 2012. Dutch far-right opposition leader Geert Wilders expressed his admiration for the first responders in the wake of the shooting incident on board a tram in the city of Utrecht. Utrecht police say a red Renault Clio was carjacked just before the shooting in Utrecht this morning. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker and European Parliament President Antonio Tajani have expressed their support to the Netherlands in the wake of the mass shooting on board a tram in Utrecht Monday morning.
This post received a score of 32,422, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I'm honestly pretty shocked that both this shooter and the NZ terrorists were caught alive. It's hard to empathize with a mass murderer, but what's the point in staying alive after the act when all you have to look forward to is prison? I'm glad they were caught alive, I'm just surprised by it.
I don't know the specifics about this shooter yet, but Taran stated in his manifesto that he did not wish to harm any Leo, and that if he was forced to, he'd aim for non-vital locations, like legs. He wanted to be taken alive to drain government funding by keeping him alive in prison, while also being able to further spread his manifesto and make headlines.
Greater than he wanted to be taken alive to drain government funding by keeping him alive in prison. I'm curious how his honest thoughts on that are after a decade in prison.
I mean, if your life sucks before, how bad is NZ or Australian prison anyway?
I wonder this too, since Breivik, the bomber, shooter in Norway who killed 70+ people, has an Xbox in his prison cell. Not to mention his cell looks better than some of the hotels I've stayed in.
Breivik's cell has 3 rooms, 1 for living, 1 for studying, and a third for physical exercise, as well as a television, a computer without internet access and a game console. He is able to prepare his own food and do his own laundry. New retirement plan, get arrested over there.
Not to mention these are the sort of very bad guy conditions. I think lower crimes do have internet access, social time, and other additional amenities.
They all have access to those, just not as part of their cell. The reason he has them all attached is because he cannot ever be in contact with other prisoners.
And you don't have to interface with anyone else for life? WFT, I want to do Norwegian prison for life.
Yeah, but no Wi-Fi.
Big thank you to the Redditors who spent all morning updating timelines and translating reports for us English speakers.
For us living in Utrecht, there was nothing better to do. City was on lockdown, university, schools, public places, mosques and restaurants were all closed.
Crazy.
In a weird way, nothing really happened. There were helicopters, I can still hear one, and many police and anti-terror units. But for the most part everybody was just chilling at their location.
Thank you, Dutch police.
Luke worked Nederlands politie.
Hope he gets fucked up by the law.
Well, apparently he didn't the first 7 times. Maybe this time. 8th time's a charm.
Yikes. Was arrested and later released for his connection to ISIS. Had fought in Chechnya. Was previously arrested on attempted manslaughter and serious assault charges. Was in court 2 weeks ago for rape charges. Turkish immigrant.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.